Rose. How about me?
Yeah, I can hear you very clearly.
Okay, yeah, that's great. So, how's your day?
Well, it's so and well, three feelings. The first one is just as normal day because I just studied and did my work. But for
Hmm.
second, I'm very tired because last night I had to practice for the dance for the school festival because I have an uh, test
Yeah.
for dance test for it.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yes. And the
the
third
last,
feeling?
yeah, the last feeling is like I'm very happy and I'm very delighted because I heard that some students talking about the dance.
Mm-hmm.
It they said that they just don't know about the song and they can't dance well, so they're worried about it. That means I have more chance.
Okay. Yes. I think. Well, those three feelings can. I think I would conclude that today is a good day.
Yeah,
You feel tired, but it's still a good day.
yeah, right.
Okay. Well, so it's great to hear that. And anyway, we still have one day left before the weekend. So even though you are tired and maybe you will be tired tomorrow, but you will have 2 days to rest on the weekend.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yes. And so now let's try to go to our book.
Yeah, by the way,
Yeah.
uh, did you tell me that I had some homeworks because I didn't remember it. Yeah, I think you
Uh-huh.
had, but well, as long as I didn't remember it, I didn't do it at all.
Okay. Yes, actually, I just mentioned the things that I've been writing on the feedback box because
Yeah,
every time that we're going to have a class, I usually put a homework there. It's like a short lecture and then something for you to answer.
yeah. So,
That's what I was talking about.
yeah. Well, sorry for that.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, for now, I totally understand that you are so busy. So if you will not be able to answer that, it's okay. Well, because in our book, I think we usually do not finish the entire lesson for one class. So usually, I'm going to leave the homework part as your homework.
Yeah, right.
So you can actually do that, and if you still have time, then you can try to answer the homework that I'm going to put aside
Yeah.
from the book.
Okay.
Yes. Well, so I think now we are going to start a new lesson.
Yeah, right. Lesson
What's the
3.
title?
I baked you some cookies.
Okay. What's the difference of bake and cook?
Uh, well, mm,
Hmm. What do you think?
well, bake is just like for cookies and breads in ovens, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so that is correct. When you are going to say bake, we are going to use the microwave oven or yeah, those kinds of things. So usually we use it when we are talking about baking a cake or cookies or bread.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But when you say cook, it's like we are going to use the pan, we are going to use the fire and other things.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Now, so what can you see on the picture?
I can see Bart and Millhouse, and I bet this is Bart's house and Lisa and some
Okay.
cookies.
Okay, yes. So let's have the dialogue. I'm going to be Lisa,
Okay.
and you will be the rest.
Okay.
Okay, let's start.
Maybe my mom and dad are meant to be together, Bart. You better hope not, 'cause you know what comes next. Your worst nightmare, a baby sister.
Hi, Bart. I baked you some cookies.
Shanks for nothing, lame Rilla.
Okay. Yeah, so what are they talking about?
Um, well, I'll just tell a summary. Milhouse is thinking that his mom and dad are meant to be together, so Bart was telling that a baby sister is his worst nightmare, but then Lisa baked some cookies for Bart, and Bart said she was lame Rella and she shanks for nothing, but he actually ate the cookies.
Okay, yes, very good. I think that's a great summary. So, since you understand it very well, let's try to answer some questions.
Okay. Who are meant to be together?
Hmm.
Milhouse's mom and dad are meant to be together.
Okay, very good. Next.
According to Bart, what is Milhouse's worst nightmare? Uh,
Hmm.
a baby sister is Milhouse's worst nightmare.
Okay, why do you think Bart is saying that?
Because maybe he thinks his sister is a lot annoying normally, but um, it's just like he likes her when she does good things for him.
Okay, yes. So actually, Bart usually annoys his sister. So he
Yeah,
doesn't like his sister so much. That's why he's saying that having a sister is a nightmare.
yeah, right.
Do you agree?
Well, in my case, I'm not a boy at all, but I have a sister too, and she is good sometimes because she is warm and sweet, but in but most of the time, well, she annoys me very much because she doesn't agree with me and she fights with me, she argues with me. Many bad things happen when there are only two of us.
Okay, yes. Well, so, but you prefer to have a sister.
Yeah, because I think um, being alone is a lot boring and it would be sad.
Okay, yes, I agree with that. So let's go to question number three.
What did Lisa do for Bart? She baked him some cookies.
Okay, yes, she baked him some cookies. Very good. So do you have any questions about these questions?
No, I don't.
Now let's move on to letter D. Let's try to practice on those patterns. Number one.
Meant to be together. I think we are
Mhm.
meant to be together. If we are not meant to be together, then so be it.
Mhm.
This brown case and that violin are meant to be together.
Yeah, what's the meaning of meant to be together?
It's like um, something, and the other thing is uh, are should be connected. No, no, no. They should be connected and they should live together or they should stay together because that
Mhm.
is already uh, well, that is already decided before they were born.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Or you can just say that they are a perfect pair.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's try to have examples.
No, 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 no. You mean my examples, right?
Yes.
Um, maybe my parents aren't meant to be together because they fight so much.
Okay. Well, I hope it would improve. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
next.
Um, you and piano are meant to be together, in my opinion, because you're so good at it.
Okay, perfect. Last one.
Um, I think Lily and Brown are meant to be together.
Okay, yes, that is also a good sentence. So that is how to use meant to be together. Let's go now to number two.
Someone better hopes. Examples: you better hope that she did not get injured. You better hope that the documents did not get wet.
Hmm.
George better hope that my car didn't get scratched.
Okay, what's the meaning of a document?
It's like um uh it's like sheets of paper which is really important for a company or anything anywhere else. Yeah.
Uh-huh, yes. So that is a document. Actually, this one here, we should add an S here because George is only one.
Yeah.
So he better hopes that my car didn't get scratched. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions about the sentences?
No, I don't, but
Uh-huh.
also maybe Noah's, but in here maybe this.
Yeah. If you are
Yeah.
going to add would, then you are going to remove S there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's correct. Now let's try to make examples.
Okay. Uh, you'd better hope that you've left your homeworks at school because you know our teacher will be very angry if she figures out that you didn't do your homework.
Okay, perfect. Next.
Um, I think hopes Sally better hopes she will win the contest. She looks so grim these days.
Okay, yeah, that is also a good sentence. Last one.
Hmm. Hmm. My mom better hopes my sister is good at art because she thinks she's not good at study.
Okay, she's not good at studying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that is correct. Now let's go to number three.
One's worst nightmare.
Hmm.
Examples: speaking in front of a critic is my worst nightmare.
Hmm.
Not being able to go to college is my worst nightmare.
Okay.
Losing to someone incompetent incompetent is my worst nightmare.
What's the meaning of incompetent?
It's like uh, someone is not good at anything.
Okay, yeah, so someone who is good at nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, and how about worst nightmare?
It's like something is very bad, so it is uh, the worst thing to a person.
Okay, yeah, so the worst thing that you could ever think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst nightmare. So let's try to make examples using it.
Okay. Um. Uh. Um. Maybe becoming. Uh, uh. Um. To my sister, hearing that she can't draw very well is her worst nightmare.
Oh, okay, good. Two more.
Uh, His Bob's sister is his worst nightmare.
Bob's sister.
Yeah. Bob says his sister is his worst nightmare.
Okay, yes. Good. Last one.
Um, mm, the grand test is my worst nightmare.
The grand test.
Yeah.
Is it true or just a sentence?
Maybe true, but maybe a sentence, just a sentence, because I have to study very much if I would take the grand test, and well, and if I lose to somebody or if I can't become uh, first,
Hmm.
the best, if I can't get the best score in the class, then I will feel that I'm losing and I should study more.
Yeah. Most of my students are saying that they want to be the best in their class. They don't want to be like the second one or a loser. They always want to be on top. So,
Yeah.
for you, how important it is to be on top of the class?
Well, in my class, well, it's not so that much important because, I'm just in an elementary school and mom says that um, when I go to middle school, it will be much more important. So I don't have to worry about it. But still, I am worried about it a little. So about 30 or 20%. Yeah, and
Mm,
when I go to middle school, then my situation will be different. So maybe it will become 60, 70%. And when I'm in the high school, then um, 99%.
yeah, especially in college.
Yeah,
Yeah, because your grades in college will depend on your job in the future will depend on your grades in college.
yeah,
Yeah. They usually want to hire those students who have a high grade or top of their class.
yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Uh-huh.
nightmare either.
Yeah. And before we move on, I just want to review this one. What's the meaning of critic?
It's like somebody who says that something is not good,
Mm-hmm.
something is bad. Yeah,
Yeah. And usually they are saying that something is bad about your work or the things that you have done.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a
So that
story.
is, yes, that is a critic. Now, do you have any questions here, Rose?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's move on to then. Let's try to use those patterns again in the next part.
Yeah, next
Where is that?
page.
Yep. Mm, there you go. Can you begin?
Okay. Uh, Having to work in an office is Peter's worst nightmare.
Yeah, number two.
Perhaps we're not meant to be together.
Okay, three.
Jessica's uh, uh well
What do you think?
um uh letter C, maybe.
Yes, yes, that's correct.
Jessica's worst nightmare is happening.
Yeah, so or her greatest fear is happening right now.
Yeah,
So Jessica's worst nightmare is happening.
yeah.
Okay, number four.
Not having someone to love is anyone's worst nightmare.
Very good. Number five.
Jenny better hopes that no one got seriously hurt.
Okay, and number six.
Losing my hair is my worst nightmare.
Okay, I'm actually experiencing that a little because
Yeah,
sometimes when I have a shower, there are a lot of hair fall.
yeah.
Yeah. And number seven.
Andy better hopes that everything went well.
Okay. Eight.
Walter and Adam are not meant to be together in the same group.
Okay. Yeah. This is actually Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Okay. Nine.
You better hope that we didn't lose or else.
Okay. Very good. Last one.
Anna and Billy really are meant to be together.
Okay. Yes. So that's it. All of your answers are correct. And do you understand all the sentences?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So we are going to have a conversation again, and we are going to apply those patterns. Well, what do you think? What could be a situation here?
Well, uh, let's say that I'm not, uh, I'm not a very, good, no, I'm not a good student. Well, I can't solve math problems very well, so I'm not good at math.
Mm-hmm.
And um, one day I got a low score from the math test again. So
Uh-huh.
you'll ask me about my test, and I will
Uh-huh.
say it was my and use pattern C.
Mm-hmm.
Then uh, you'll say that I should try to solve many problems I can, so I will be good at math. Then I will
Mm-hmm.
say that maybe me and math aren't and use pattern A.
Mm-hmm.
And you will say, but just try and you'll get a good score. So I will use pattern B that, um, well, maybe I should better and use pattern B.
Okay. Yes. So I think that's great. You are my friend, and you're not so good at math.
Yeah,
So you just had a test. So I'm
yeah.
going to ask you about a test. Well, yeah, Rose, I heard that you just had a test in your math subject. So how's the test?
Well, it was my worst nightmare. I got a low score at it.
Oh, really? Well, I think you should try to solve more problems when it comes to math so that you will have more practice and you will be better at it.
Well, I doubt it because I think me and math aren't meant to be together.
Okay, but I think you still need to try. Who knows? You might get a better score next time.
Well, I should better hope that I will get a good score if I study. Thanks for your advice.
Yes, you're welcome. That's what friends are for. Okay. Yes, so that's good. All of your sentences actually are great. So it seems like you didn't have a lot of mistakes now.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Now, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Well, let's try to answer some questions here in letter H. Number one.
What is your greatest fear? Why do you fear it?
Yeah.
Well, my greatest fear. Well, it's like a busy day with nothing so funny and nothing is uh well, everything is important and nothing is funny. So then I'll be tired and I'll be annoyed. So I will just say something bad to mom. Then I'll be scolded and my feelings would be hurt even more. And that day would be a nightmare.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be a very sad day. Nothing is funny. So
Yeah.
everything is so serious and important. Yeah. And in that way, you might feel annoyed and you might say something not good to your mother.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that day will not come.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay, number two.
What was the most frightening experience you've had?
Mhm.
Well, the most frightening experiences. When I was in the second grade, I remember I told you that I was very afraid of a Viking, and when I went to the amusement park, I should I should have no, I should rode a no well I must have ride a bike Viking, and
Mhm.
well, I didn't really like it because it was my first um, first ride at it. It was the first thrilling thing that I've ever ride. So, well,
Okay.
it was very scary to me, and I didn't want to go up there. But actually, my family dragged me into there, so I sat on the Viking. Then it started to swing, and I felt it very scary and very weird. So I never wanted to ride it again. But um, I told you that in August I rode the Viking again and found it out that it wasn't scary at all.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So at first it was a very scary experience, but then you were able to overcome your fear, and now you said that it's not so scary at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's have the last question.
Okay. Have you ever overcome any of your childhood fears? Why? What is it, and how did you overcome it? Like I told you, the Viking. I because I told you that I've rode many thrilling things after I rode Viking, like hurricanes and T-Express, which is the roller coaster, the most frightening roller coaster in Everland. And I
Yeah.
found it out that it was very funny, and I liked it so much. Then my sister started to drag me into the Viking, and um, I thought of my scary experience. Then suddenly the Viking started moving, and I thought it would be very scary if I go onto the top. But every time it swung and every time it went higher, I found it out that it was nothing.
Okay. Yes. So like they said, that it might be so scary during the first time, but for the second and for the third and so on, it would not be so scary.
Yeah, right.
Okay. I just want to correct this one because you've mentioned it several times. I find it out or I found it out. The past tense of find is found. So you can just say
Yeah.
I found out, not found it or find it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. I think we don't have enough time left, so I'm going to leave letter I as your homework again. And yes, I hope you answer it. I will try to check them later. Okay?
Okay, and I'll check the feedback box either.
Okay, yeah. So thank you very much, Rose, and bye bye for now.
Yeah, goodbye.
Okay.